Rocco Winchester Nugent, the son that won the West. My son, Rocco Winchester Nugent. Isn't that a wonderful name? He is an all-A honor student, senior at Waco High School, a basketball wizard. And my wife, Simone, and I, who's home with him now because he got this flu bug, but Simone and I literally, as teachers and parents of other children come up to us, they start this gushing accolade of what a gentleman Rocco is. And they ask us, how do you do that? And I go, well, we teach him the shooting sports and safety and trigger squeeze. And so all these other parents will go, will you take my kids out shooting next time? And we do. And by the way, Waco High is like 90% black children. And we get all these kids from the inner city who have never had that opportunity. And by the way, you want a moment of silence on Cam's radio show here because Uncle Ted's got an MP5 and 10 millimeter fully suppressed coming next week, and I'm going to get every one of Rocco's friends to become an expert MP5 10 millimeter fully suppressed marksman, and those kids will go wild as they do when they shoot machine guns in a supervised, safe, professional environment. You want to get a kid high, give him a machine gun with Uncle Ted, and these kids literally become more polite after a couple magazines.
I was going to say, can I be Rocco's friend, Ted? That's what I want. Can I be Rocco's friend, please?
We currently have a 3-mile driveway at the Spirit Wild Ranch, and 2 of those 3 miles are now paved in brass, and we're working on the final mile. So, Cam, if you guys would help me out with that, we'd appreciate it.
But I know we got to take a break here in a minute, but you get it. That responsibility is taught. It is not something that is innate in humans. We learn how to be responsible. Absolutely,
you have to initiate. See, I've been criticized in this industry for many years. Well, he's a little over the top. Yeah, like an MP5, which is a beautiful thing. Over the top, like a bull elk screaming in your face in September, and all you have is a sharp stick. That's extreme. The right to self-defense, an experiment self-government, those are extremes compared to the rest of this enslaved world with no God-given rights, a constitution, a Bill of Rights. Well, that's extreme. I'm proud to be a part of that extremist organization. When the British overtaxed us, we poured tea in the bay. When they came to disarm us, we shot them. That's extreme. Count me in. We need to extremely reach out to these kids. They love extreme. They love intensity. What's extreme in today's world? Passion. Passion is extreme. Involvement, activism is extreme. That's the Nugent modus operandi. And it's widespread in the shooting sport. It's widespread in any quality of life activist organization where there's mothers against drunk driving or students against destructive
decisions. That's what you don't know that gets you in trouble.
Bingo. Yeah. And so I turn these kids on my way. And more, I got to tell you, the SHOT Show, those are Uncle Ted's blood brothers. The NRA, those are Uncle Ted's blood brothers. SCI, blood brothers. The Boy Scouts of America, blood brothers. On my new record, I got a new record called Love Grenade, and there's a song called Girl Scout Cookies. That's extremist, and I buy a lot of Girl Scout cookies, and I also get the Girl Scouts to shoot MP5s. Call me wild.
All right, we're broadcasting from the 2008 SHOT Show in Las Vegas. Ted Nugent is with us. We're going to take one quick break. When we come back, more of the news. You're going to stick around, right?
Oh, yeah, you can't get rid of me, man. I'll get down there. I'll start fondling more hardware.
Excellent. All right, more with Ted Nugent when we come back. We are just getting started here from Las Vegas, Nevada, in the 2008 SHOT Show on NRAnews.com and Sirius Patriot 144. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada, site of the 2008 SHOT Show. Coming to you from the convention floor, actually a little above the convention floor. Getting a bird's eye view at the Center Hall, which is one of 4 or 5 of the locations for SHOT Show. Ted Nugent, the Motor City Madman, is with us. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, Arlie Ermey will be with us, as well as the folks from Glock. Have a couple of talkbacks that I want to get to and share with you, Ted. Sherry in Gilbert, Arizona, says, my kids have grown up handling firearms of all nature. They're respectful and safe with all of them. What I'm afraid of are those kids who think that they can shoot guns because they've shot them on video games, but never in real life. They're the ones with no regard to the power of what they're holding and no respect. Thanks, Ted, for your comments. Shout out to my husband, Mike G, at the SHOT Show as well.
God bless you, Mike. Well, that's, again, that's logic, which is widespread across this country. And there are actually documented incidents where lives have been lost through what they call accidents. And we all know there is no gun accident. There's only gun negligence. And that's another indictment to the tragedy of failed parenting around the country.
Yeah.
I keep updated with all the military and law enforcement shooting reviews of ballistic effectiveness and wound channeling, all that. And even some of our professionals have been misinformed and come to wrong conclusions about pulling out your service pistol and hoping to stop a charging bad guy, because on TV, when the gun goes off, the guys just tip over dead. That never happens. So if trained law enforcement need to be reminded and military need to be reminded, you bet not only do you double tap, you just keep shooting. All updated training in America today emphasizes shot placement, obviously, but you just none of this double tap and then see what happens. Double, triple, quadruple, empty that magazine if you have to. Well, if that exists and is getting cops killed, heroes of law enforcement, can you imagine the abject disconnect of kids whose only knowledge of firearms is when a six-shooter fires 20 shots and a bad guy gets hit in the middle of the chest and immediately dies, or in a video game you're blowing things up with grenade launchers and nobody really gets hurt because it's all, make-believe, and then they go out in the real world a la Columbine and they start playing, games, irresponsible criminal games with real firepower. So parents should be cognizant of that, and the shooting families around this country should make sure that they emphasize, as I know 99% of them already do, that when the non-shooting friends of our children come over, that we make sure that there are zero access to any firearms, but that most importantly, not only no access in an uncontrolled and unsupervised environment, but take time out and make them accessible in a supervised. I was talking about all Rocco's basketball buddies coming out. When they get to shoot a 22, my new Beretta 22 semi-auto, which is sniper accurate, and they get on a bench with I got a little sandbag there, and they got the ears and eyes, and they're shooting little steel plates. These kids are mesmerized, but I make sure that they get that craving satisfied in a supervised environment, because if you don't, that kid is eventually going to be exposed to an unsupervised firearm scenario, and it's almost as guaranteed as a gun-free zone that someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah. Now, Ted, while we've got you here, I got to ask you, you're playing tonight.
Yes, the Nugent Rock and Roll Band is at the SHOT Show, and I jammed with them last night, and it's unnatural. My guys are so good. Mick Brown on drums and Greg Smith on bass. These are the Funk Brothers, like a 50 caliber sidearm. These guys are so good, and we're playing at the Outdoor Channel Awards banquet tonight. So all the country western guys might want to, get the chaw out of your lip, because you might gag when we start playing. And we're playing all the love songs, Wang Dang, Sweet Poontang, and all your favorites, Cam. So
excellent.
You be sure you bring that Kevlar tutu of yours, and we'll cut you loose on
the Kevlar tutu, huh? All right, Ted Nugent, thanks for stopping by. And now, but you're also, that was good, Ted. From love grenades to Kevlar tutu,
yes,
I've apparently fallen down the list here. But you're also going to be playing in Louisville at the annual meeting coming up in May.
Absolutely, yeah. I crave my annual NRA party with all my blood brothers. It's a great event, great family event, and I've been going forever, and every year it gets more intense. And we're trying to nail it down now where the actual band, when I play the acoustic hunting songs, I just want to go hunting, my bow and arrow, and Fred Bear. These are great campfire songs, and they deliver maximum dynamo just acoustically. But when my boys play them with the full rock and roll gear, it is total head removal. So I'm so pleased that I'm the only rock and roller that has a ballistically coefficient rock and roll band. So that we're playing tonight at the Outdoor Channel event, and hopefully I'm going to get Mick and Greg to come and do the full bluntal nudity at the NRA in Louisville. Let's keep our fingers crossed and try to make that happen.
Absolutely.
But I will definitely be there. I'm going to be doing another fundraising, book signing, and autograph get down, which is just off the charts. And again, if I may, on your radio show here, thank you, America. When you come to my table at the NRA events and you come and shake my hands all around this country, I'm truly humbled and moved by the connection that I'm blessed to have with the great conservation families of this country. So NRA Louisville in May is going to be a major get down, I promise.